Hey everybody, this video is long overdue. I should have made this a few months ago, but I didn't. Let me go through the whole thing. Amazon is one of the worst employees ever. They really don't care about their employees at all. Some of the area managers do that I worked with. But let me go into my story. I apologize if I start coughing or start losing my voice because I'm just trying to get over bronchitis. So anyways, I'm going to try to make this fast, short, and sweet. I started work at Amazon in September of 2018. In April of 2019, I went on short-term disability. I was in a lot of pain. I was getting dizzy. I fell to the floor one day. They had to come from AmCare upstairs, from downstairs. They had to come get me. They had to get a wheelchair. And let me tell you one thing. When they pushed me away in that wheelchair, I told the guy to stop because I was so dizzy. I was inducting. I was going from one station to the next really fast to keep my numbers up. And I wasn't feeling well that day. And I started getting really dizzy. Do not know why I was getting dizzy. At this time, I am seeing a rheumatologist because I am in so much pain and not knowing why I'm having all this joint pain. So when I went to the rheumatologist, she said, you need to go to an ENT and find out why you're dizzy. And so I contacted an ENT, got an appointment, and went. I did a bunch of tests, and they told me that I had BPPV, which is benign post-proximal vertigo. It's totally different from regular vertigo. It's when the crystals in your inner ear leave your inner ear and they go through the tube or whatever, and then you get dizzy. And I have a lot of inner ear issues, I guess, so that's why I was getting dizzy. I don't know. I thought it was due to my fibromyalgia because they say that dizziness is one of the fibromyalgia's symptoms, but the kind of dizziness I was getting, I don't know if it had anything to do with the fibromyalgia. Okay, so the reason I'm making this is because one of the area managers that I had worked under, I didn't really work under him. I worked under another area manager. Well, this other area manager, I went from upstairs to downstairs because I couldn't do the work down there. My rheumatologist, she had me accommodated to go downstairs because I wouldn't be going back and forth. I went downstairs, started doing work down there. Well, this area manager wanted to rate me up because my numbers were low. And I was like, well, my numbers are low because I'm down here now and I'm, it's a different kind of machine, trying to work it out. Finally worked out the bugs. I started getting a little faster, but now at this time, you guys, I'm dizzy. I had to take a couple days off work because I had to take a week off work. I took an LOA because I was not feeling good. So I come back to work and I'm on the machine, I'm, doing it, and he comes up to me and he wanted to write me up for my numbers. I'm like, what do you mean you want to write me up for my numbers? And he was just being really mean. What he was doing is he was racially intimidating me. He was racially, I know it was a racial thing. So, because my friend that worked there, she told me that he was doing the same thing to other people. He was trying to write them up for things that he was not supposed to. So I took it to HR. HR really didn't do much about it, so I took it to the big guy in HR, and he said, well, let's have a meeting. It was me, him, and the area manager. We went into there, and I asked the big guy, I said, is he even allowed to write me up? I said, because he's not my area manager. My area manager is upstairs. And he goes, well, I don't know. Let me get back to you on that. And I'm like, you're HR. Shouldn't you know that? So anyways, I got like swept under the rug on that. And this area manager kept trying to write me up for other things. He wrote me up for TOT. Now, with the TOT thing, what happened there is I was on a medicine called hydrochloroquine because my rheumatologist knew that I had, she knew that I had an autoimmune disorder because I went and I had blood work done, 9 tubes, like 30 tests, and my ANA had came back positive for an autoimmune, and so she put me on hydrochloroquine. The hydrochloroquine, I was on it for almost a month, And now, mind you, this is around February, like the end of February. I'm getting so sick from this hydrochloroquine. I know it was from the hydrochloroquine, but I couldn't answer that because I'm not a doctor. So I told my doctor, I said, since I've been taking this, I said the first 2 weeks was good, but after that, I'm having really bad diarrhea. So she took me off of it. I had diarrhea from morning until the time I went to bed for 12 weeks straight. I'm not kidding you, when I was on that toilet 50 times a day. Now at work, I had to go to the bathroom. If I had to go to the bathroom, I had to go to the bathroom. So I would sign out of my machine, go to the bathroom, come back, and I got yelled at for signing out of my machine, my machine, and he goes, well, why did you log out? And I'm like, well, because there ain't nobody here to relieve me. I turned my light on to be relieved, and nobody came. So I went to the bathroom, and they tell you that you know, if nobody comes within a minute, and I had to go. So he wanted to rate me up for TOT. He wanted to rate me up for leaving my machine. He wanted to rate me up for everything. So I'm like, you are not rating me up for every little thing that is going on. You cannot rate me up for time off task. I'm sorry. If I have to go to the bathroom, I have to go to the bathroom. It is my human right to go to the bathroom. And if I'm having medical issues, and I even told them at HR, I'm having medical issues, going to the bathroom, and they're like, oh yeah, just go to the bathroom. You're allowed to go to the bathroom. And then I found out that you're only allowed to go to the bathroom for, like, I think it's 15 minutes a day. Bull crap. You tell me how many minutes I can spend in the bathroom. So I was really mad. So there were some days I couldn't work, and I had to take a lot of my time. I had a lot of time that I was taking off. I was taking PTO off. I was going into work, and they were giving me voluntary time off, not paid. I have, like, literally no hours left, you guys, none. I barely had any UPT left. And now this coming in April, it was in April, and he wanted to rate me up again, and that did it. I was still dizzy, not feeling good. I was in so much pain. Now, in the meantime, all these blood tests are coming back, you guys, and that's when I found out that I had lupus, which is the SLE, which is systemic lupus erythematosus. I found out I had lupus from the blood tests, and now this is in April, and and I'm like, I can't do this. I'm in so much pain. I know the lupus is causing me all this pain and all this other stuff. And I was always thirsty. I always needed something to drink. And I had to, leave my station to go get something to drink because I was thirsty. I'm like, why am I always thirsty? So when I went to my doctor's, she wanted to run more tests. She ran more tests. She ran tests for Sjogren's. She ran tests for all these other tissue disorders, and come to find out that all these tests came back and everything came back negative. My white blood count was high. Some other tests were high. And she says, well, what you have is UCTD, which is unconnective tissue disorder. Unspecified connective tissue disorder. We don't know which one you have, but you have one. So I'm thinking to myself, well, lupus is one. And she goes, no, you have more than one. You have symptoms of another autoimmune disorder. And I'm like, well, what are the symptoms? She goes, well, you told me that you're always thirsty. She goes, you got a dry mouth, you got dry skin, which I have very dry skin, my hands, everything, my body. And I'm like, well, what autoimmune disorder is this? And she says Sjogren's. So that's when she ran the test for Sjogren's. There's an SSA and an SSB. My SSA was low. My SSB antibodies were 19 of 20. Anything under 20 was good, but she was really scared about that 19. So she told me, she goes, I'm going to diagnose you with lupus. I'm diagnosing you with Sjogren's. I am diagnosing you with arthritis and fibromyalgia, which I had fibromyalgia to begin with. So she put me on another medicine for the pain. No, it wasn't working. She put me on prednisone. The prednisone worked, but she didn't want to keep me on prednisone because it's not good to be on prednisone. I finally stopped taking that about a few weeks ago, but I had to go back on it because I'm starting to get in pain again, and it really sucks because my pain is not going away. So, in the meantime, I'm getting short term. From April to October, I'm getting short term. I got the paperwork for my long term in August. I thought to myself, okay, I'm thinking about going back to work. I'm going to go back to work as soon as my pain leaves and all this medication starts, helping my body, because some of the medication takes months to go into effect. So, it never happened. So it was around September. I filled out all the paperwork, took it to my doctors on one of my next visits, and I told them, I said, can you please fax this over to the long-term disability company and tell them that I there's no way I can come back to work. I can't do it. And so they did. They sent it to the long-term. Long-term, they're screwing me over. They're telling me they're not getting paperwork when I know they got it. All of my doctors, my pharmacy, the hospitals, they kept telling me they had it. Then they said they didn't have it. Then they had it. Then they didn't have it. It was just a screwed up mess. Okay, I sent that paperwork over I think it was like the end of September. And October 18th was when my short-term disability ended. My last paycheck from short-term disability was on 10/18. So I had all the paperwork faxed over to the long-term disability company well before 10/18. And they were like, well, we need this, and we need this, and we need this, and we need this. Come to find out, I'm doing their job for them. They're supposed to be doing half the stuff that I was doing. And I'm like, why do I have to do this? You're the one that needs to be doing this, not me. So I wanted to get it done faster, so I'm going to the hospital, I'm signing papers, I'm signing all this stuff to get it through faster. They're messing around with me. Okay, you guys, I started this in September. October, November, December, January. It has been 4 months. It has been 4 months. I called my caseworker on the 6th of January, and I'm like, what's going on? Well, we don't have this doctor. We can't do anything until we get this doctor. Oh, and why did you have, she told me this, she's like, why did you have all the records from the hospital sent in one bulk? And I'm like, what do you mean in one bulk? I'm like, it's Henry Ford, it's the hospital. Oh, but you went to the hospital and you went to the medical center. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, they own both. So they faxed it over as one. Well, there's 100 pages here. We got to go through all of this paperwork. And I'm like, you would have had to have 100 pages no matter what. From one fax to the second fax, you still would have had 100 pages. So no matter how you look at it, you're going to have 100 pages. So anyways, she was like, okay, well, we didn't get this one. And I'm like, bullcrap, you didn't get that one. I said, because they called me and they told me that they called you to make sure you got it. And you said, got it. So they're screwing me over. I'm trying to get this long term to go through, to go into effect. And they've been screwing around with me for 4 months. The Hartford sucks. It is the Amazon's long-term disability company. Not only does Amazon suck, but their long-term disability company sucks too, because they don't want to pay out. That insurance company does not want to pay out. They're going to do anything and everything they can to not have to pay out. I will keep fighting for this long-term disability. So anyways, I found out from my doctor that, again, that I had the lupus, I had all this medical stuff going on with me, and I had a lip biopsy. As you can see, well, I don't know if you can see it. I had a lip biopsy, and it's healed. And let me tell you, that was the most painful thing I've ever had, to find out that I have Sjogren's. So, I don't know. I'm just sick of Amazon. I'm sick of the bull crap that they allow a manager to racially intimidate someone. I've heard from a lot of people who are going after Amazon. I have been talking to somebody that is well known to be fighting against Amazon, and I hope she gets everything she wants because she deserves it. The hell they put her through, the hell they put me through, the hell they put most of the other people through. Nobody deserves to be treated the way we have been treated at Amazon. And I'm going to fight because I'm sick of all the bullcrap that Amazon pulled. And now this company, this long-term disability company has put me through. Amazon, you better find out what you're doing and what you're not doing and what is legal and what is not legal, because half the stuff this company does is not legal. You cannot tell people they can't go to the bathroom, for one thing. You can't tell somebody that their numbers have to be a specific number or you're going to be written up. I've had people come up to me at work crying, telling me, I can't do this, Hope. And they're 20 years younger than me. 20 years younger than me. I'm like, how do you think I feel? I'm 20 years older than you. I'm old enough to be your mother. And some of them I was old enough to be their grandmother. So yeah, I'm not grandmother, but you understand. So Amazon and everybody else, I'm done with Amazon. I'm not going back. I decided I am probably not going to go back. I'm 100% sure I am not going back. Amazon, you need to get on your long-term disability company. You need to help the people who work for you. Don't treat them like crap. Don't treat them like crap. You got to treat your employees fair. Because if you don't treat your employees fair, they're not going to stay with you. And they're going to come after you. How would you like if somebody came into work and got hurt at work? Oh, that's right. I know people who got hurt at work. I got hurt at work a few times. You know what they did? Send me down to AmCare. Let's put some ice on your shoulder for 10, 20 minutes. They put ice on my shoulder. They rubbed it with that BioFreeze. An hour later, it hurt again. AmCare is not a care center, even though it's a care center. They can't help you with half the things that happen. I've heard of people getting hurt so bad that they had to take long-term disability. I don't know. I'm so fed up with Amazon. I know a bunch of other people are fed up with Amazon. I'm not naming any names because I don't know if these people want to be named. If they want to be named, then I will name them in my next video. I do want to make another video. This video is just explaining how Amazon treats its employees. Please, people, watch this video, learn, and please, if you get hurt at work or you get written up or Amazon is not doing what they are supposed to do, take it to HR. Maybe HR can help. Sometimes HR won't help. It's the company itself. The company itself is so bad. I would not recommend my worst enemy to go to Amazon to work there. The $15 you make there is not worth it. It is not worth it, you guys. So I'm going to end this video before I just get too upset. I don't know. In February, I'm going to take my buyout. I'm going to get a hold of Amazon and I'm going to tell them I want to take my buyout. I'm done. I'm done with Amazon. I'm quitting. I'm taking my buyout. I'm taking my money, however much it is. And I'm probably going to pay my doctor's bills because I haven't been able to pay one bill since I've been seeing my doctors or after that, because I haven't been getting paid. I have not been getting paid and making enough money to pay my doctor's bills. And I feel really bad because my rheumatologist is a really good rheumatologist. So, you guys, I'm losing my voice. So, I'm going to end this video. You guys have a great day. And just be safe. And if you're an Amazon employee that's needs some information, I will give you names. I will give you names of people to talk to because they know a lot more than I do. And right now, this is just my first video, and I wanted to get it out there, and this is my story. Have a great day, guys. Bye.